What's up, Nutty Buddies? 3, 2, 1. What's up, Nutty Buddies? In this episode, we recap our playoff predictions. We talk about a Major League Baseball player who's got he's involved in some stories recently in the news. Peanut, what else we talk about?
Talked about Sandra Bullock and the Toohey family stealing $15 million potentially from Michael Orr. The Blind Side is fake. It's not real. It was never real. We did some football gridding, didn't we? We started out the episode with some football grids. We definitely got 9 out of 9. Stick around. Check that out. It's always fun. And then we ended it up with some running back versus running back talk. Lots of battles in training camp and preseason, specifically the Eagles. Patriots got a new one up there.
He's in my heart. He's in my heart. All right, well, hope you all enjoy. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks. Bye. Let's do some grid, baby. I got 2 off the dome.
You got 2 off the dome right now. So for those listening at home with no eyes, the columns are Cleveland Browns, Kansas City Chiefs, and 3,000-yard passing season. And the rows are the Indianapolis Colts, New Orleans Saints, and the Cincinnati Bengals. So to start us off, Chandler, what square you got? Where you want to
go? Saints, Chiefs, your boy, Honey Badger.
Yeah, that's a good one. I almost typed in Honey Badger. 69%.
Wow.
Nice. What was the other one that you had?
Saints, Browns, Jarvis Landry.
Another good one. Boom. You're really digging deep for these ones, huh?
If we want to slide over to... Oh, you got one?
Yeah. So, for Browns Colts, I got Trent Richards. This rarity score is going to be 1,000. This is ridiculous.
We're just going for immaculate, baby.
So right now we have... I just did Colts Browns, and that was 45% for Trent Richardson. Jarvis Landry was 64% for Saints Browns, and Tyrann Mathieu was 69% for Chiefs Saints. So Bengals, 6 more remaining.
Wow. Well, we could do like Peyton and Drew Brees for the passing.
I'm pretty sure Phillip Rivers did this too, but we'll just go ahead and go Peyton. And then, so Peyton Manning had a 3,000-plus yard passing season for the Colts, and Drew Brees did it for the Saints. And the Bengals, we're just going to be immaculate, so we might as well just say Joe Burrow. Put Carson Palmer, Andy Dalton up there. There's probably a couple other guys.
Bengals, Chiefs, that I know that lineman went to the Chiefs, but he hasn't played a game yet, so that probably won't count, would it? What was his damn name? Brown? Something Brown?
Orlando Brown?
Yeah, is that right?
No, that's not him.
Who am I thinking of? There's an offensive lineman that just left.
Jonah Williams? No.
Are you sure it wasn't Orlando Brown?
Orlando Brown was on the Chiefs. And then he went to... Oh, that's what you were saying that, but the opposite. Okay, gotcha. I know what you mean. But yeah, he hasn't played a game yet. Peyton Hillis play a game with the Chiefs?
I have no idea.
We'll let that one go. Matt Hasselbeck, did he ever play for the Chiefs?
Maybe, I don't know.
Damn.
Nick Foles, was he ever a Chief? He was a Colt. Was he a Chief? He wasn't a Chief, was he?
No. I want to say Matt Hasselbeck for this, man.
Shoot it. Shoot the shot. Higgins drafted. Chase drafted.
What was...
Mixon drafted.
Not Dupree. What was that dude's name? The Dunlap. Carlos Dunlap. Boom. This is right. I know what it is.
I love you. You're amazing.
Boom. Got signed as a late free agent for the Chiefs last year and ended up playing like starting edge for them, a rotational edge for them. Yeah. Here's a
Hell yeah.
Long-time Bengal.
Good pick, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. He was a Bengal. Was he ever a Brown?
I don't.
I don't think he was a Brown, but it's worth a shot. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So
Let's see.
Pretty shitty on our part here. Bad showing today. Colts, Chiefs. When the fuck did you do that, Nick Foles?
I thought I pictured him with the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's where he got traded to after. Fuck!
Should have listened to the freaking man himself, me.
Let's see.
Well, how long was he there for? 16?
Yeah, he spent a year there. Not doing a whole lot, but he was there. He started one game for them. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Played pretty good.
Dang. Boy, Nick Foles.
Fuck you.
Got a statue for a reason, huh?
Yeah, this is true. Other than that, I don't know a single person on this list. Eric Fisher.
Okay, so we whiffed on Foles. Fisher.
I didn't know Eric. He was a top pick by the Chiefs. Let's see, what pick was he? First overall, yeah. I didn't know he played for the Colts. I guess.
Is he a lineman?
Yeah, left tackle.
Okay.
Justin Houston. I didn't know he played for the Colts either. Donnie Avery, an old Rams wide receiver. Yeah, I don't know any of those guys.
Let's go to the other one we missed.
So Justin Houston was the top pick for Colts Chiefs, and then the other pick was Andrew Hawkins for Bengals Browns.
Don't know that guy.
Yeah. Jason Campbell did it. I didn't know he was a Bengal. He was an old quarterback. It says in 2014 he did this. Otherwise, I don't
Alex
know anybody.
Smith?
Greg Little? Is this the same Greg Little? No, it's not. Never mind.
Alex Smith?
This is the wrong Alex Smith. This is a receiver. Tight end, yeah.
He's the wrong Alex Smith?
Yeah, the wrong Alex Smith.
I'm going to tell him you said that, bro.
Larry Ogunjobi. I didn't know he was a Bengal. Former Charlotte. Chanticleer. Malik Jefferson. Andrew Billings. Carlos Dansby. A lot of these guys are just very fringe. Kevin Zeitler. Didn't know he was a Bengal.
I don't know any of these motherfuckers, bro.
Kevin Zeitler was a really good guard for the Browns for a little bit. Now he's a Raven.
He looks like a running back to me.
He looks like a running back.
Kevin Zeitler? Yeah, that dude should have been running the football.
Yeah. Roger Staubach? No, I'm just kidding.
Bro, I'll take that -2. -2 or better, I'll take it.
I mean, the average score is 5.2, so we finished at a 7. Average is at 5.2. We did pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And the two that we missed, the ones that we missed were 32% and 25%, so not bad.
What was bottom middle? That's only 19.
Yeah, Carlos Dunlop.
Oh, that was you too. You got that one.
That was Daddy's brain.
All right, good shit, Peanut. All right, Peanut, we're about to do our playoff predictions. Are you excited? Are you ready to get after it?
Yeah. Yeah. As a reminder, because we definitely knew this before the podcast started today, there are 4 division winners per conference and 3 wild card teams for a total of 7 each conference or 14 total teams. Mr. Michael Chandler Dix, where would you like to start?
I'll just go in
AFC, NFC? AFC. We need a wager for this business.
Oh, yeah. We didn't think of shit for that, did we? I'll Venmo Bailey $20 if you win, and then you Venmo Kale $20 if I win.
All right, so If you win, you owe my wife $20, and if
no,
or sorry,
if I win, you
opposite.
owe my wife $20. If you win, I owe your wife $20, and then we won't even tell them about it. So, yeah,
and they'll just end up with $20. Someone will be happy. I'll probably get some like Dutch Bros coffee out of that or something. So I appreciate your donation.
Yeah, we'll donate to the wives. All right, AFC East. Yeah, your AFC East champion is who, Peanut?
For the AFC East, I have the New York Jets. Ooh. Jets.
We're disagreeing off the jump.
You thought it. Yeah, so I figured you probably wouldn't Bills. Holy shit! All right, who do you have?
Dolphins.
What crack are you smoking?
I think if Tua stays healthy, they have the yes, it is if for sure. They have the best roster in that division. Yeah, really? I do. They got a couple really good defensive pieces in this offseason. They have
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, is he out for the season?
Dang. Half the season.
Okay, I didn't know that. But they got what's his name for their defensive coordinator? Vic Fangio. Why did I think Van Gundy? He's a basketball dude, ain't he? I'm tripping. But yeah, they got him. They got probably the most explosive offense in the NFL all around, I would say. Yeah.
Lots of big hitters.
I don't know. I mean, when Tua was healthy last year, they were awesome. Can't deny that. I'm not a big Tua guy, but when he was playing, they were rolling. So if he stays healthy, he stays on his feet. I like Miami a lot.
That's fair. I think it could be a very close division.
I 100% think it's going to be.
If you told me any of them won the division, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe New England more so, but it's Bill Belichick, so he probably pulled some strings anyways at the league office. But you know who the Miami Dolphins do not have?
Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, and Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook just signed a 1-year deal to split carries potentially with Breece Hall. We'll get into probably that a little bit more later. But there's now 2 potential running back ones in New York. Dalvin Cook was rumored to go to Miami. He's doing so no longer. I don't know. I think that the matchups that the Jets have, I love their defense. I think their defense is better than Miami all around. Last year, I mean, statistically it was. Robert Saleh's bald-ass head is pretty good at the defense thing, and Mike McDaniels is pretty good at the offense thing. So they match up pretty well head-to-head together. And then you also have, I don't know, Josh Allen and the Bills, and Stephon Diggs and the Bills, and Von Miller and the Bills, and Tre'Davious White and the Bills, and the Bills. So
yeah, dude, I don't know. I like Miami when I was thinking about it, like off the jump like this, but just looking like it's just such a tough division, bro. Like somebody's gonna be left out. I think Miami's roster is awesome. Yeah, I think Buffalo's roster is pretty freaking good too, and the Jets, they were just a quarterback away from being a playoff team last year, and they got one of the best quarterbacks in the league now. So, I mean, you can make a case for all of them, besides New England, really. Which New England's not going to be no easy out either, but they just don't have the guys that the other teams in the division do. They don't got the skilled players or the quarterback. Fair. They got the head coach and the defense. And you know they're going to play really clean football for the most part. So
when you look at the betting odds on FanDuel Sportsbook, so the Bills are actually the favorite. So we didn't pick a favorite here in this division to start out, so props to us. Plus 120 for the Bills, plus 250 for the Jets, plus 290 for the Dolphins, and plus 800 for the Patriots. So pretty big drop-off after the top 3 there, but still conceivable. And not nearly as bad as what the Cardinals' odds are. Just a hint into the future. It's fucking ridiculous how bad they are.
All right. Well, that was fun. That was a good division to start off with. Move on to the North.
Yeah, who you got in the AFC North?
I have also probably the two. The two most competitive divisions in football, I think. The two we just started with here.
NFC East, but yeah.
See, I don't know necessarily about that for real. I think there's two in the NFC East that are very good.
NFC South?
There's 0 in the NFC. No, I'm just kidding. For the North, I got the Baltimore Ravens winning it this year. Who you got?
So you got the Bengals. I do look into my wild card. I do have the Ravens making the playoffs eventually. I guess we could look back to. I also have the Bills in my wild card. I'll mention that.
We ain't at wild card yet, bro.
I do. Okay, I'll save my last one for the end then, which I think is gonna blow your fucking mind anyways. So, the Bengals, it's Joe Burrow, it's Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Defense does not get enough credit as it should, bro. Defense has been.
They lost both of their starting safeties.
Where'd they go?
That's where it hurts. Von Bell's in Carolina and Jesse Bates is in Atlanta.
Jesse Bates?
Jesse Bates is in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah. So they did lose some pieces there, but they still got Trey Hendrickson on the outside, defensive end there. So
their defense has been
like
good the past couple of years, and they don't get a whole lot of credit like they should.
It has. I think their defensive coordinator is very good at what he does, especially because I don't think that their defense is overwhelmingly
they don't got a lot of
talented.
Big names.
They just play well together.
A lot of big names.
Yeah, exactly. Jermaine Pratt and
all I for real know is like Hutchinson.
Joseph Asai.
I've heard of Asai. And then
he's the guy who got the penalty in the AFC Championship game.
All right, so you got the Bengals. I got the Ravens.
Another disagreement. You think Lamar Jackson's really going to be that guy again?
He's been that guy, bro. He's
win the division?
I ain't a Lamar hater. I was a Lamar hater at the beginning of his career. I did not think he was going to be good. But then when you see it, it's like, oh, yeah, like he's that dude. And what?
You're fake.
How?
You're fake. Well, I'm glad that you righted your mental wrongs, but that's fake, bro. You're going to hate. Stay on that side.
No, I'm allowed to change my mind after I watch a little football, right?
You should have watched him back when he was winning Heisman trophies. You're too late.
No, I'm not. There's people still not on the bandwagon. They are too late.
That's fair.
No,
Lamar Jackson, I could see winning an MVP this year. And
I think the Ravens gonna be nasty as hell this year for real. Because their defense ended up finishing last year as one of the best defenses in the league too.
Yeah, and I really like what they've got going on there. They've always, again, just a very well-coached team that's just going to always play well. Especially in that division, you have the Steelers, too. This division is very close as far as betting odds. So you have the Bengals at plus 150, Ravens at plus 210, and the Browns at plus 400, Steelers at plus 470 on FanDuel. So very close. If the Steelers won this division, I also would not be surprised. And they're... I probably like the Browns the least, and that's just because their quarterback is a rapist. So
I like the Browns the least too, but like I said, for the North and the East, very similar AFC. Like every single one of them. I mean, even the Patriots is probably the worst team out of all that group of first two divisions we went over. They're not easy out.
Yeah,
they're not. So
that's true.
Who's that?
Who is? The Houston Texans down in the AFC South. Please don't tell me that you have them winning your division.
I do not. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars for the AFC South.
See, I knew you were going to say that, and I say, boo, you whore. The Titans is my choice there. I'm not a Trevor Lawrence guy, as we discussed. He plays quarterback and he's white. That's just not a very good combination for me. So I do believe that they're a good football team. I do believe that they will play well in this division, especially with the Colts and the Texans in this division.
Is your stuff lagging a little bit, Peanut?
No. Is yours?
Your face got like... I don't see your face cam right now.
You don't see my face cam? How about now?
Oh, there he goes. There he is.
It was just my Discord.
Did you just keep it rolling? There we go.
Yeah, it's still recording.
All right, let's just redo it. Who's your AFC South winner, Peanut?
I've got the Tennessee Titans, Mike Vrabel.
That's very surprising.
Yeah, see, not a Trevor Lawrence guy, not a Doug Peterson guy per se, a Super Bowl winning coach, fat. So these are, I took some notes on Mike Vrabel. So 3 out of his first 5 years in the NFL, he's made the playoffs. Not bad. His first year he missed, and this last year he missed the playoffs. So he's 48 and 34 in his career, and he's in a weak ass division. They're tied for like 28th in strength of schedule.
Getting better.
You also have to think the Jaguars are also down there in strength of schedule, as they are. Let's see. The Jaguars are 23rd, and the Titans are 28th for strength of schedule here.
So both pretty easy schedules.
Yeah, both pretty easy schedules. That entire division will be pretty easy. I do think, I don't know, I just like Mike Vrabel so much. They just play good football. As long as Derrick Henry can stay healthy, I don't think Tajay Spears can fill in the level that Derrick Henry does. They would be wise to bring in another running back, in my opinion, just in case. Kareem Hunt would be a great fit there.
Kareem Hunt isn't going to be somewhere, I hope. He'd be a great fit in a lot of places. You were talking about how Miami missed out on Dalvin.
They've got 3 guys though. They've got Mostert, Jeff Wilson, and Achane.
A-Chain. I know what you're talking about.
A-Chain.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah. Maybe not Miami.
So they've got.
I don't know. Kareem Hunt could go.
They didn't really need
Kareem
Dalvin
Hunt could
Cook.
Go. He can make a lot of football teams better, dude. He can make the Cowboys better. I want him to be a Cowboy so damn bad.
That's fair. AFC West.
AFC West. This might surprise you. Kansas City Chiefs. And Peanut, let me explain to you why. See, look, I know the Chargers are good, and I know the Raiders are trending up. I know the Broncos got their head coach in place, and Russ is going to cook this year. But for some reason, I just got a feeling that Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid just might be too much for them all.
Do you think this is their year finally?
I think it could be.
The Chiefs are favored minus 180 for the division. The Raiders are plus 1,700.
Jesus.
That's one of the worst odds to win the division in the entire
I will say,
NFL.
on a serious note, though, if I were to bet money, I would bet on the Chiefs. But I do think the Chargers are going to be really good this year as well.
They're at plus 300.
I wouldn't take them to win the division, but I also wouldn't be surprised if somehow they got that done.
I think they're a good football team. I just don't know if they're going to be as good as some of the other teams in the NFL or in the AFC. Sorry. So, and definitely not the Chiefs, in my opinion.
All right, let's go to wild card, boss.
Yeah, so I kind of revealed some of my wild cards already because, I like to get off prematurely. So we have the Ravens, Bills, and Broncos.
Got Denver in.
Oh, okay. Boy. Yeah, so I took the Broncos over on their wins. I think it was like 7.5 or 8.5. I took that over. See, the two coaches, or the coach that I did the most little work on here before is Sean Payton. You want to know why I did work on Sean Payton? It's because this dude wins. And when I say wins, he wins everywhere. So, Sean Payton, he coached for 15 years in New Orleans. I think 1 year in there he was suspended because, he just happened to pay his players more to hurt other players on a different team. Nothing too big of a deal. Not like he was deflating footballs or anything like that. Doesn't get talked about as much, by the way. Sean Payton's a dick for that.
Well, they made a movie about it.
Fault, but anyways.
Yeah, with
they did?
Paul Blart. What's his name? Kevin James. Yeah.
James.
They made that movie with him, where he's Sean Payton. No.
What, Bountygate? Oh, shit. No, that's just about Sean Payton's life.
He was suspended for a year, so he goes and coaches the high school team. That's why he was suspended, was because he got in trouble for that shit.
They made a movie.
They didn't. I don't think they.
What the fuck?
I don't think they included that part in the movie. But that's why he got.
They did. It's like a children's movie, right?
That's why he got a year off, and that's why he was able to go coach his kid. I think, ain't it?
Yeah, that's exactly why. But this is just now clicking in my brain. There's no background in the movie that on his football. The reason he was in high school coaching people, coaching little kids, forming their minds, is this man was allowing a pay for injury program on his team. His defensive coordinator was running it, but he turned a blind eye to it. Greg Williams, the DC at the time, was paying players like Jonathan Vilma at the time to hurt other players on other teams.
You know what I call that, Peanut?
Like Cam Newton, if so were the Panthers.
I call that hard-nosed football.
This man got to coach a high school football team after paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to his employees, professional grown men employees, to hurt other people. That's incredible. But anyways, he's pretty good at coaching football. Other than that, 9 out of those 15 years in New Orleans, he was in the playoffs. Not bad. 1 ring out of that, 2009.
I would give you an argument that he had a Hall of Fame quarterback that whole time, but I think he has a borderline Hall of Fame quarterback now. So that wouldn't be a good argument.
So this is my point here. So the year before Sean Payton got there was also the year before Drew Brees got there. So this is the impact that we get to see. Drew Brees was in San Diego, and they let him walk. In the NFL right now, you don't let a starting caliber quarterback, or if you have a starting caliber quarterback, you don't just let them go to free agency and sign somewhere else. That's normally not what happens. You're normally drafting a guy in the first round, and they're backing that person up, and they kind of fade into oblivion, or you're transitioning from one star quarterback to another, that type deal thing. At the time, the San Diego Chargers let Drew Brees walk for nothing because they did not think he was the future. He signs in New Orleans. That same year, or that same offseason, Sean Payton comes in. So they both start out the year in New Orleans. The previous year, the Saints went 3-13. Sean Payton and Drew Brees come in, and they went to the playoffs in that first year.
It's a big flip, huh? Yeah, I liked Denver last year, and they fucked me over, so I'm not going on Denver again. But I respect your opinion. My wildcard teams are Cincinnati, the Chargers, and the Jets. Those are my 3. So I do not have the Bills going to the playoffs, which I did not like that, but that's kind of just how it ended up.
There's so many
missed
good teams.
for you?
I picked the Broncos.
Chargers missed for you, I think.
Chargers. So the Chargers missed, the Jaguars, the
Dolphins. You don't have the Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yeah. So there's like, I think the Broncos, obviously, that's kind of out there. I wanted to add a little bit of spice to my white ass rice.
Well, my dumb ass had the Broncos winning the division last year, so I'm not going through that little loophole again. But I do think they're gonna be better, and Sean Payton.
152 and 89.
Jesus.
And 0. He's never had a tie in his career, by the way. I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah. All right.
And they have
Go ahead.
The Raiders are ass, and the Broncos have the second. Sorry. No, just forget I said anything.
All right, you want to go to the NFC, brother?
Yeah, this is my shit.
Where are we starting with? The best division of football?
Yeah, but you want me to get it out of the way, or do you want me to go to let you get your thing off real quick? I think I've already said a lot of bold predictions for the Eagles elsewhere, but on this podcast, I'll keep it pretty sane. I think the Eagles win this division, and I think it'll be competitive football games between the Cowboys and the Eagles, but I think the Eagles will win this division by at least 2 games.
I respect that.
Do you?
Yeah, I respect that out of you. The Eagles are a good team.
Do you see a world in which that happens?
Yeah, absolutely. I also see a world where the Cowboys win the division, and that brings me to my NFC Beast winner, the Dallas Cowboys. I think they're pretty similar type teams talent-wise. Our coach has won a Super Bowl. Theirs has not.
What happened last year? Hold on. I'm trying to think. What? So the Super Bowl was the Oh yeah, it was the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles lost in the Super Bowl. So, I'm just saying, our coach has a Super Bowl. Theirs does not. Defense, great. Dak's gonna have a little bounce back year. Probably finish. I think he's gonna finish second in MVP this year.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And then, when you got stuff like that rolling, win the division, and then see where you go from there.
If Dak plays top 10 level football at quarterback position the entire year, there's no doubt in my mind that, the Cowboys could win that division. But I think the Eagles are too.
Eagles or Cowboys for sure. I don't think the Giants. Actually, I'm not gonna say that because that's gonna reveal other things.
Shit.
But yeah, I mean, if the Eagles win, I wouldn't be surprised. But the fan in me obviously hopes the Cowboys will, and they can do it. They could do it.
Yeah, for shizzle.
You want to go up north?
For shizzle. Yeah, we'll go up north. So some might call me crazy, but I think I'm a Kirk Cousins fan, Jim. I don't think many people. I don't think Kirk Cousins has many fans because he's quite possibly the most. He's not average, but he might as well be, man.
He's the line.
No, but
he is the line.
Yeah, he's just there.
If you're worse than Kirk, people act like you're the worst quarterback in the NFL. If you're better than Kirk, then you're like a really fucking good quarterback. But if you're Kirk, fucking Kirk, bro, nobody cares.
People don't respect you. Yeah. People don't respect you. I do, on the other hand. The 13-3 Vikings last year, love that, by the way. Or 13-3. 13-4. Whatever the hell it is. 17 games now. Give me the Vikings again. I think they continue the success. They obviously lose Dalvin Cook. They have Alexander Madison at running back. I like the way that he fills in there. I don't suspect that he's going to be the only addition that they make there as far as starting
you know who would be a good fit there? Kareem Hunt.
Not Dwayne McBride. Yeah, Kareem Hunt would fit right there, wouldn't he?
That is the second division we both agree on. I got Minnesota as well. I talked myself into it before. Yeah.
Over the Lions. No Jordan Love in the Packers.
Which
back-to-back
I
years,
could be really wrong on that. I don't know. Can't wrap my head around this division because I don't want to give the Vikings credit, but all the other teams are just not good. You know, they have to. All of those other teams have to prove something. Last year. I guess the Lions just missed out by one.
Yeah.
But
I think the Lions are getting a lot of hype right now, and Dan Campbell's even said it himself, like, hey, please, we haven't done anything yet. They're a very good football team. Their coaches are very good, and that's why they get into that conversation. I just think that the well-oiled machine that is the Minnesota Vikings offense will be fine. Although last year, their defense, I think that statistically they were like the worst 10-0 team of all time or some shit like that.
Yeah, they were all one-score games.
In point differential. Yeah, so point differential, they were about even, and they were like 10-0 at the time. So most likely not going to repeat that. I think a 10-win season is without a doubt.
Could flip the script with their defense,
plausible.
though. They got Brian Flores in there, right?
Yes, the Brian Flores. They did lose Patrick Peterson, but they added Byron Murphy. So
let's go to the South, Peanut.
Yeah. So I would like to talk about the odds about this real quick. So this division last year, there were it was 8 wins that won this division. 8-9, 7-10, 7-10, 7-10 were the standings. Bucks won at 8-9 there. So the Saints are favored at plus 130, Falcons at plus 210, and Panthers at plus 360. Bucks are plus 750. Me, personally, I clearly have no bias in this situation whatsoever, and I will choose the Panthers because I think that they've got a lot of special things over there. Bryce Young almost died in the first preseason game. Week 2 is coming up. Hopefully we have a better performance out there by the offensive line. Lots of holes at wide receiver, in my opinion. I do think Adam Thielen could probably put up another 800 to 1,000-yard season. Hoping for something from Terrace Marshall Jr.
He got carted off the field the other day. Marshall, right? What happened?
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, I don't know what it specifically, but the coach of the GM said it wasn't.
I got an update about that the other day. He was
riding in the front seat. Yeah, he was in the front seat of the cart, so it wasn't like it was bad or anything. The defense is going to be the backbone of that team, whether they like it or not. They could pretend the offense is good. It's bad until Bryce Young proves otherwise. And fuck the Saints.
All right.
Derek Carr. Fuck him.
Jake Wallace is not going to approve, man. He is not going to approve. We'll go, I'm thinking Atlanta, bro. I said this the last episode, too. I think Atlanta's going to be cool, and I think they're a fun team. I had fun watching them last year with Mariota, to be honest. So if Ritter can just distribute better than Mariota could, the ground game's already going to be sick. You know the ground game's going to be sick. Algier, Bijan, and Cardale. I mean, come on.
Where did their offense get better at?
Where did they get better at? I guess we'll see with Ritter. I mean, you got...
Exactly. Like, that's the only position. Their wide receiver, Matt Collins versus Zach Chias. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I don't think Matt Collins is going to do anything crazy.
If you get better at quarterback, though, you get better at wide receiver. You get better at tight end. Like Pitts, if his big ass gets involved in shit, his athletic ass, like, he could take over a game if they let him, you know?
Yeah, I think they need to start a Heineke and just get over
maybe
it.
so. You don't know anything about Ritter. You don't know anything about him.
I don't want to know anything about him. I didn't ask. I didn't ask to know anything about him.
I'm sure they said the same thing about Tony Romo. Just because these motherfuckers ain't drafted high, just because they ain't drafted high means that they're the worst players in the world. Is that right?
Tony Romo had a lot of success.
Tony Romo was not drafted high. Ritter was not drafted high.
He was undrafted. He was like second or third round pick, right? Fourth.
That's why you don't like him, because he's not a sexy first rounder, bro. It is what it is. You know, he's gonna prove you wrong, and that's cool.
I don't like him because he's not good at football. We'll see.
Somebody thinks he's good, right?
They're trying to convince.
All right, let's go to the West.
Johnny Manziel was once a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Let's go to the West.
I have the San Francisco 49ers.
I also have the San Francisco 49ers. Peanut, you could play quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, and I would have the San Francisco 49ers winning that division.
See, not so fast on that, because the Seahawks, I think the Seahawks legitimately, if they can figure out a defensive system that's not going to give up 1,000 fucking passing yards and 1,000 fucking rushing yards every fucking game, they'll be fine. They haven't had a solid defense since the Legion of Boom, in my opinion, at least a respectable one in terms of the rest of the league. Let's see. I can go look and see. In terms of fantasy scoring. Where the fuck Seattle?
Washington.
Oh, Dylan has it. Yeah, they were the number 8 defense last year, but they in fantasy. So they forced a lot of takeaways. Tariq Woolen had like 7 interceptions. Kobe Bryant had a couple. And this, I'm not gonna make a joke. Never mind. But I just think that defense is, as long as they can contain people and not give up so many fucking yards, I think that defense is going to be really good. Or that team's going to be really good.
We'll see. I can't buy into Seattle. I think they're going to be like 500 though. I don't think they're going to be a bad team. They might be able to sneak in the wild card, but they're not beating San Francisco in that division.
They made it playoffs last year.
They might do the same thing.
See, I think they sneak in again this year. My wild cards being the Seahawks, the Cowboys, and the Saints. It's my wild cards here.
Okay. Seahawks, Cowboys, Saints. So you got 2 from the South going? God damn.
See,
who did you have win? Oh, you had Carolina winning it.
Yeah, a little bit of Homer Simpson going on, but I don't know. I believe, what do you think, 10 wins out of Carolina, 10 wins out of Saints, and then we get the tiebreaker? Like, that's what I'm thinking.
I think 8.
That's my thoughts there. I think the Saints...
Dead ass. See, dead ass, bro.
Andy Dalton was the fucking quarterback for the Saints last year, and they won 7 games.
I'll give y'all 8. And that's probably being nice.
This dude dumb.
I got Philly. I got the Detroit Lions. And the Chicago Bears. Yeah.
Ew. But Chandler, they won 2 games.
I like Fields. I do. I like them. They got better on defense. Who did they pick up? That dude from Baltimore? Yeah.
Roquan Smith? No. Sorry. No.
No, he was traded to Baltimore.
Traded to Baltimore.
They picked up somebody from Baltimore, I think. Right? I don't know. They got DJ Moore. Justin Fields another year developing. I don't know. Fields is exciting as shit. I love watching him. The head coach seems to know what he's doing. What's his...
TJ Edwards from So they got better at linebacker. So T.J. Edwards from the Eagles signed with the Bears. Tremaine Edwards from the Bills signed with the Bears. Nate Davis, a guard from the Titans, signed with them. They also got a defensive lineman from the Titans.
What's up?
Yeah, they got P.J. Walker.
Bears coach Eberflus. He seems like he knows what he's doing a little bit. He made an adjustment last season, like in the middle of the season, and start letting Fields do what the fuck he wanted to do, and ended up, it
was exciting football.
So yeah, I want the Bears.
That's all it was.
It wasn't winning football, but maybe it will be. I'd love to watch Fields run around in a playoff game.
It would be really cool. I just don't think it's gonna.
That's my equivalent to your Broncos, I think.
Yeah, fair. One of them has a Hall of Fame head coach and a Hall of Fame starting quarterback, and the other one has a quarterback that won 2 games last year and a second-year head coach.
Honorable mention, Dad. I'm sorry I didn't include the Steelers, but just not yet.
That division's so up.
I could see him getting in, but
they could win.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Mike Tomlin's never gone below 500.
They'll probably be exactly where they were last year, that last week, fighting for a playoff spot.
9-8.
Yep.
I just hate unless Kenny Pickett shows something.
Pickett was good last year, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, like, shows extra. Like, he's got to go out there and win games and not necessarily like just be in the game.
We'll see. Maybe he takes
gotta win
leaps.
The close ones.
Him and Ritter both.
All right, so whoever gets the most, we'll do 2 points for each division winner and 1 point for a wild card, or if they make the playoffs.
That'll work.
That makes sense. Okay, so if you correctly do the division winner, you get 2 points, but if you get say the Seahawks win the division, but you had them as a wild card, you get 1 point type deal, and vice versa. All right, thanks for your donation to our Dutch Bros Foundation.
Are you going to yell at each other about running backs? All right.
Last but not least, these talking heads got to do some talking. Some weird stuff happening out there. I just want to go right into it. Wander Pervert. I'm gonna beat that nail into the ground. So,
the guy.
Baseball player. So, let me tell you a story. So this guy, Wander Franco, is top-rated prospect, number 1 prospect in baseball. He's at 20 years old, 21 years old, switch hitting shortstop.
He's probably gonna finish top 10 in MVP this year.
Yeah. Well,
not anymore, but he was he was on pace to.
So
well, maybe not anymore because this is all just allegations.
Yeah,
still, I think, ain't it?
Yeah. So there's a couple twists and turns to this story. So he is on his way to being the next great shortstop in MLB, the next best shortstop. Fernando Tatis is up there, but Wander Franco was up on that path. Especially this year, he was stealing bases, hitting bombs, walking off, and kissing 14-year-old girls. So
I know you.
So there are allegations. Allegedly he was kissing 14-year-old girls. That was something that broke on Twitter. There are also now Twitter rumors and reports that she lied about her age, potentially.
Oh.
Nobody knows anything. He is suspended. The icing on the cake is he got suspended on Sunday, August 13th. And it just so happens that on Sunday, August 13th, the Rays were giving away a Wander Franco hat to 14 and under children who came to the game. For the first 10,000 fans that were 14 and under, they all got a Wander Franco hat.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. I will say that hats look cool as fuck. Did you see those hats?
Yeah, I got a picture of it.
They look pretty sweet. But yeah, that's just
Wander Franco snapback.
What are the
hat.
chances?
Sunday, August 13th versus the Cleveland Guardians. Fans 14 and under while supplies last. The jokes write themselves. So he was suspended. Luckily, he did not show up. It would have been very bad for the rest of the organization. Allegedly, if the rumors are true, we don't child pedophilia is in a laughing matter, but terrible timing.
We don't know, and we probably won't know for a long time, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, he's a pervert.
Yeah. Don't kiss 14-year-olds.
Unless you're 14.
Unless you're 14. Then knock yourself out, I guess.
Hey, right. We got
running back talk.
Running
you want to talk
backs.
fucking shit?
Yeah.
Tell the audience about my trade today, and tell me why you liked my trade so much.
So Chandler traded in our Dynasty Fantasy League for DeAndre Swift and a 3rd-round pick.
With my good buddy Andrew Torbeck. Love you, Andrew.
And he gave away Brian Robinson and
running back for the Commanders.
Yes. And who else? Sorry.
Kadarius Toney, wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Professional shit talker for the Kansas City Chiefs. So this is my opinion here. And this is going to lead directly into our first conversation about running backs. So there is a crowded backfield in the Philadelphia Eagles offense, at least this year. There are 4 running backs potentially that can make the roster. Not sure if they all 4 will or not. So you have DeAndre Swift, who they just traded for. They traded like 4th-round pick or so for his last year.
They didn't trade for him, did they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, wait, Swift? Yeah, they traded for him. It was a 4th or a 5th, I think.
Traded Swift for a mid-round pick for the last year's rookie deal. Pretty significant control to give up for the last year of a rookie contract for a guy who hasn't necessarily lived up to his 1st-round draft status. I think he was 1st-round or 2nd-round pick. Sorry.
He was a 1st, wasn't he? I think he was a 1st. Also, he's been good when he hasn't been hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
When he's been healthy, he's been good.
Yeah. He just hasn't been available. So you have DeAndre Swift, who they traded for. Rashad Penny, they brought in on a 1-year deal. You have Kenneth Gainwell, who's been there for 2 years now, and Boston Scott, who's been there for a couple of years, catching passes out of the backfield, a little small guy. So my issue with this trade is Kenneth Gainwell is seeing most of the first-team reps in practice, and DeAndre Swift and Rashad Penny are battling for the backup position of running back, is what everything I've seen online from beat writers and everything.
Doubt it. Doubt it.
Chandler is refusing to believe this. So Chandler just traded the starting running back for the Commanders, who will split time with Antonio Gibson, but Antonio Gibson will be used in passing situations, Brian Robinson more so in rushing situations. So he trades the starting running back for the Commanders, and potentially the number 1 wide receiver for the Chiefs. He's the best, the most talented in that wide receiver room. He just can't fucking shut up. He just wants to talk shit on all the fans.
He been on my team for like a month, and I was already sick of him.
So
he's hurt. He talks shit. I don't want to deal with that shit. He'll be pissing me off week 4. He's suspended or whatever. Fuck that. So, I don't want to deal with that.
So Kadarius Toney could be the wide receiver 1 there. He could not be. It just depends on. He didn't do well in the situation in New York.
Depends if he wants to be or not.
Yeah, essentially.
Really.
So. And he got back a 3rd-round pick in DeAndre Swift. So my opinion is that he traded for a backup running back on the last year of his deal who's going to end up in somewhere else next year, and a 3rd-round pick for a starting running back at least for the next year, if not the next 2 years, in Brian Robinson, and potentially a starting wide receiver for the Chiefs in Kadarius Toney. So I do not like it.
So let me explain to you why I think you're wrong. Number 1, the Eagles let Sanders walk. He now plays for the Carolina Panthers. Mm-hmm. Sanders, what was he, top 10 rusher this year? Maybe top 5?
He hit 1,000 yards for the first time in his career.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So off a pretty good statistical year.
Yeah.
So you let Sanders walk. You had Gainwell there. You had Scott there. Why would you feel the need to go out, spend, I think Penny's deal was for like 1.5.
Very cheap.
Around $1.5 million for a year. and then you go out and you trade for for Swift when you already had Gainwell in house. You think they traded for Swift and signed Penny for those guys to not do shit?
It's not unheard of for a second-year running back to just take over, man. Like, he was a rookie last year.
You think they bring Swift and Penny in house and they're just gonna, nah, we're good.
He was a rookie last year.
Don't need you. Who, Gainwell?
Yeah. Was he not?
He wasn't a rookie last year.
It's his second year in the league, right?
I don't think he was a rookie last year, bro.
Hold on. God, my nose is hella itchy.
But yeah,
he's a rookie in 2021. So this is his third year.
Third year. So what? He's one more year on his deal.
2.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm thinking Swift is definitely the dog. He's the most dynamic player in their run game. It's not even up for debate. It's not even, questionable. The only thing is I think the Eagles running game is going to be maybe not completely ideal for fantasy purposes. Well, we're getting into like nerdy fantasy talk now, because what I think is really going to happen is I think Gainwell is good. Don't get me wrong. But you bring Penny in, you bring Swift in, 2 guys in their careers who have been banged up and shown that they might not be able to handle the full load, and you just combine them and you work Gainwell and Scott in together. Like, there's not going to be one lead dog in that locker room really running the football. But when it comes down to it, like when it's fourth quarter type shit, like Swift's going to be in the game. He's the guy who makes plays.
Or Gainwell, man. In the playoffs, Kenneth Gainwell put on a show in the playoffs. 20-plus carries while Miles Sanders sat on the bench, and that was one of the reasons he left, is because he didn't get playoff touches. Kenneth Gainwell
Swift is the most dynamic running back in that locker room.
Kenneth Gainwell.
You cannot debate that. You cannot argue that.
Who do you think?
It's not. Come on, bro. You could say that Gainwell is a good running. I'm not saying he's ass, but Swift is dynamic. That dude could take over a game. You're not giving Swift enough credit.
I understand. Swift runs hard and he does well. He's
good pass catcher,
inconsistent, and hurt a lot. Kenneth
for
Gainwell,
sure. But when you combine him with other backs to split, if they use him right,
I think they should just give the ball to Ken. Ken's been a backup and he's averaged 4.5 yards a carry, and he's caught more than 20 balls in back-to-back seasons in his career. So
I guess we'll see, but I think Gainwell's going to be the number 3 running back on that team he's been the past 2 years.
I don't think he will be. He was number 2 last year.
Was he 2?
Yeah.
Sanders, Gainwell, Scott, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think he's going to be the 3 now.
No. You're wrong.
Why are they bringing in Penny then, bro?
They didn't.
Why are they bringing him in?
Gainwell took a step up. I'm telling you, in practice, everything I've seen, Gainwell is taking the majority of the first team reps. Look it up on Twitter tonight when you go into bed. Nice light reading for you to have a nightmare too. That because you traded away.
Do you think maybe it's that Gainwell is trying to show him the ropes because you got 2 guys who have not played for that franchise before?
No. You don't think that they can pick up a football system?
Well, he's probably the guy. Bro. Hey, this is how you do it, guys. I've been here the past 2 years.
But
all right, man.
Kenneth Gainwell is taking.
It could be something like that, bro. You don't know. That's why all these reports are fucking junk. You bring in a guy like Swift, you bring in a guy like Penny, them dudes are going to fucking play football.
Not over Kenny G.
We'll see. I think you're wrong, and I think you're getting caught up in the reading, boy.
No, because
you're sleeping on how good Swift
you're
is
sleeping
a good
on
player,
Kenny.
Bro.
I know Swift is
I'm
good.
not saying Swift has done this shit.
Not consistently.
Swift is like that.
We'll see.
They're gonna have the little combination: Penny Swift, Penny Swift, Penny Swift.
Gainwell,
and for maybe 5 carries a game.
Like 12.
What did he average last year?
How many carries a game? So he had 3.1 attempts per game last year.
Okay, so he had 3.1 attempts per game last year, and they brought in 2 running backs, and he's going to get more than his carries last year when they brought in 2 more running backs?
You don't know you don't know ball. Kenneth Gainwell, you heard it here first. Pro Bowler.
All right, who else are we talking about?
So, Breece Hall.
This dude's so biased. Nutty Buddy community is learning how biased you are.
Okay, I'll keep destroying.
That's what they're doing.
Let's keep destroying your fantasy football team then. J.K. Dobbins doesn't want to play football for the Baltimore Ravens because they refuse to pay him. You know why? Because he's never on the fucking field. Ever.
Hey, it's J.K. Dobbins season.
So.
And if he's not on the field?
Yeah, I mean,
Gus.
You do have J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, both of the potential starting running backs for the Baltimore Ravens. Let's also not forget, both of these players were hurt, and also Justice Hill was hurt last year, and then they had to bring in Kenyon Drake. So there's also the possibility they have no running backs by week 6, but for right now, J.K. Dobbins is the projected starter, although he's not happy about his contract.
That is true. He's been talking about this shit ever since the playoff game ended.
Yep. And
Which also doesn't make sense to me at all because he has been hurt for a lot of his career. So
if you ask me to put running backs in the tiers, I would put Rashad Penny and him on the same tier.
Penny and Dobbins?
Yeah.
No. Dobbins over Penny for sure.
They haven't shown much. Both of them. Like
Dobbins younger.
Okay, well, that's fair. I'm not on the Dobbins train. He blew it out his entire leg, and he's asking.
I'm all over Dobbins.
He's asking for
I'm
an
all
extension.
over him. Well, he's asking for an extension, and then he's gonna have a breakout year this year that everybody's finally been waiting for, and then he's gonna get paid probably.
He's just not. I think that system produces running backs.
Games he played last year when he was healthy, he was a dog.
At the end of the season.
When he was healthy,
yeah,
he was a dog.
Like the last 5 games of the year, but so were a lot of Ravens running backs when given the opportunity to play. Gus Edwards, Kenyon Drake. I mean, Justice Hill averages over like 5 yards per carry.
I thought he was pass catcher.
No, he's like wears number 40 something, and he just runs the ball.
Yeah, we're not gonna be seeing much of them guys this year, unfortunately.
You're delusional there. And to keep bringing it on, so then Zeke signs earlier today. He signed with the New England Patriots, a 1-year, $6 million-ish deal. I believe with incentives or not. So he will be splitting carries potentially with Ramondre Stevenson. If you ask Chandler Dix, he thinks that he will steal touchdowns from him.
Yes, he will.
Do you think he gets any looks at center?
Maybe. Depends how Belichick's feeling.
He has a prior history. He has 1 career snap at center.
Yeah, he could. Only getting better from there.
So, Damien Harris was in the backfield last year with Ramondre Stevenson, and was the supposed starter to begin the season. Was the running back 1 over Stevenson to start the year, and then Stevenson sort of took over the past year and a half or so. Damien Harris is a better football player right now than Zeke Elliot is. I'm not. Like, that's facts. No cap.
Yeah, but he ain't Zeke. You don't think Zeke's going to get goal line looks this year for the Patriots? You're crazy.
He might, but...
If there are short yardage situations in New England and it's going to be a run play, Zeke's going to run the football in. I promise you.
85%.
I watched his whole career with the Dallas Cowboys. I promise you.
Okay. Then this is where we learn a little history lesson on the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have done what recently, and the New England Patriots have done what recently in the past 20 years is what I'm saying. The
What does that have to do with the
organizations
type
are a little
player he
different.
is?
Jerry Jones is stuck in his ways and wants to.
So
just
what is
ride
Zeke gonna
down
throw
the dirt.
touchdowns now? He's gonna throw them now.
Okay, no. What I'm saying is Zeke was forced
Oh, he's
the ball.
still gonna run for touchdowns.
No, Zeke was forced
I
the
get
ball because he made $16 million a year because the owner made a bad decision to overpay for a running back after drafting him number 4 overall in the draft over a lot of players that would have made their team better. Fact. So he was paid $16 million to run the football there his last year, and they cut him because he was not good at it. So now,
not that he wasn't good at it.
He was averaging less than
overpaid.
4 yards a carry. Like, that's bad.
He was overpaid.
Less than 4 yards a carry
He was
is bad.
overpaid. He was overpaid.
If you average less than 4 yards a carry in the NFL, you're a bad football player at running back.
So you think Zeke is a bad football player?
He played bad last year. And it took that. Finally, that was the last straw that broke the camel's back because they've had Pollard back behind him for the last 2 years, and he's flashed potential to do what he did last year, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, Ezekiel Elliott will not have an impact on Ramondre Stevenson.
All right, let's see. Let me pull one thing up. See if I can prove you wrong.
Was it 3.4 yards per carry or some shit for Zeke last year?
Hold on. Yeah, bro, you tripping. Okay. So you said Zeke was bad last year.
Yes.
And Ramondre Stevenson was good last year, right?
Yes.
Okay. In 2022, Ramondre Stevenson had 5 touchdowns. In 2022, Ezekiel Elliott had 12 touchdowns.
Okay.
What started this whole argument is me saying that Zeke was going to take touchdowns away from Stevenson. That was literally the whole argument. Zeke had more than double him. Last year.
That's all he got.
That's all I said. He's gonna have more touchdowns.
He's not. But the thing is there was more reason for him.
That's going to take fantasy value away from Stevenson.
There was more reasons for him to get goal line touches whenever he was in the Cowboys because he made $16 million a year. Yes or no? He started because he made so much money. He was not better than Pollard.
I mean, sure,
Yes.
but in the situations where he scored most of the time were situations where it was better for Zeke to be in the game than Pollard.
Okay, this year.
Short down situations, pass blocking situations, that type shit, Zeke is going to be used. 100%. Third and ones type Zeke shit, bro.
No. Listen, you're telling me. So if Ezekiel Elliott is on this team, say they signed him back and he made $6 million versus the 16 they made. You're telling me they would use him the exact same way and Tony Pollard would see the exact same amount of goal line touches as he did last year, meaning Zeke gets 12 opportunities at least to score touchdowns that Pollard did not. No.
Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
You're dead wrong, and you're lying to yourself.
I don't know.
You're dead wrong, and you're lying to yourself. Ezekiel Elliott, it would not have the same impact now that Tony Pollard is considered the bell cow back. The only reason that Ezekiel Elliott even had the role that he did is because he made that much money, and they forced him into that role. He did good in his role. He did well in his role, scored 12 touchdowns, but that's because he's
Wait, I thought you just said he sucked.
He was hand-fed goal line touches because he had to play so much because they paid him so much money. He had to play. He had to get those reps, otherwise they were wasting money, Chandler. That's why he was on the field. He goes to New England. He has no pressure to perform or be on the field at all. If he gets touches, good. But Stevenson is Tony Pollard now. Tony Pollard's going to be on the field 90% of the time. Stevenson's going to be on the field 90% of the time. He is now in the same exact position as he was if he would have been on the Cowboys this year. He's the exact same position.
I guess we'll see. I think you're wrong, but I guess we'll see. Zeke's going to get his touches, bro. He's going to get his touchdowns. He's going to get his. I promise you. Go look at his career.
I understand, but now we're at the end of his career.
And he had 12 touchdowns last year.
If he has 5 this year, I consider that success for Zeke. If he has 5.
I promise you.
Stevenson will at least have double what Zeke has. At least. Ezekiel Elliott was a starting running back last year, and he had 12 touchdowns. Yes. But
they were like damn near split down the middle.
He was the starting running back.
Zeke had more.
So he was the starting running back. Whenever Zeke was hurt, Pollard started. Pollard might have played more as the course of the game went on, but Zeke was always the starting running back. And during that time, they forced him the ball. He would not have been on the field talent-wise. Yes, you needed him, he helped Pollard be better because he weakened the defense and had a different role than Pollard. I get that. Somebody else could have done what Zeke did and not scored 12 touchdowns, and Pollard would have done just about the same, if not better, than what Zeke did. So then you have that comparative speaking. Stevenson will do better than whatever Zeke does. Whatever Zeke wants to do, he's going to do better than pass blocking.
Peanut, I'm not saying Stevenson is a bad running back. I'm not saying Zeke is a great running back. But the fact of the matter is the Patriots went out and got Ezekiel Elliott. So this is a very similar thing with Swift and Penny. You're not going to go out and get someone, and they're not going to just stand on the bench and not do shit. These guys are going to play football. You're tripping, bro.
He's sitting on the bench and not doing shit, I'm telling you. So
all right,
last year, there was a combined 12 rushing touchdowns by the Patriots as a whole. So,
and your boy had 2?
He had 5. Damian Harris had
5?
3. Yeah. He had 5. So Ezekiel Elliott's not going to come in there and get 12. The difference in...
Well, no, because the Patriots offense is not going to put him in a position to get 12.
Exactly. But the only reason that Zeke was handed those opportunities on the goal line is because he was making so much money and forced into that role. He would have not had that role if he was making less money. If there were less expectations for Zeke, Tony Pollard would have been the clear-cut number 1 last year, and that's absolute facts. He was clearly better.
So you don't think being a veteran and having a proven career has anything to do with, we got a 3rd and goal right here with a yard to go to score a touchdown. Maybe we should give it to the guy who's done this before.
Ramondre Stevenson is what's his 3rd year in the league now? Okay. Let's see. Ezekiel Elliott.
I know you ain't about to compare Zeke's career to Ramondre Stevenson's, are you?
Well, obviously not year by year. So third year in the league. Sorry, we'll do second. So last year, we'll compare their second years in the league. So Zeke, finished second in offensive rookie of the year voting that year.
Behind who? Who did he finish behind?
It was Mahomes, right?
No.
Oh, Dak. That's right.
Yeah.
So he was 3rd in MVP voting, and 5th in Offensive Player of the Year voting, first team All-Pro and a Pro Bowler in his rookie year. Very, very good rookie year, obviously. So his second year in the league, he only played 10 games. Never mind. So this is going to prove me wrong. So I'm not going to mention that.
Oh.
He only played 10 games, but he had 983 yards, whereas Ramondre had played all 17 games last year, had 1,000. Yeah. Never mind.
Where are we going with that?
Zeke's had a great career at the start of this year. Zeke's first 4 years are insane. I'm just looking at it now. Zeke's first 4 years.
I know, bro.
He only scored 6 touchdowns his 3rd year. But yeah, he's pretty.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He's going to be treated as a well-respected type dude, bro. You're tripping.
No. Let's see. He averaged 3.8 yards per attempt last year, and he only caught 17 footballs, Chandler.
I'm not saying he's going to run the fucking brakes off of everybody. He's going to be in big-time situations because he's been a big-time player his whole career.
He got 230 carries last year. You know how many Damian Harris had?
Probably not even half that.
Exactly. There's no room in the offense for him like that, Chandler. Damian Harris had 106. Ramondre had 210 by himself, and he started 7 games last year.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'm
no
telling you,
room
you're
in the
wrong.
offense for him.
I would bet you Zeke finishes with more touchdowns than Stevenson this year.
No.
All right.
No.
We'll see. I guess they just got Zeke to stand him on the sidelines. I don't know.
obviously he's going to have a role, but it's not going to be any. It's not going to impact.
No, he's not going to have any role.
Shut the fuck up. Damian Harris had a role on that team. Ezekiel Elliott will. Damian Harris is better than Zeke.
Will you stop comparing him to Damian Harris, bro?
They're power backs. Bro. They're the same dude.
Stop comparing him to Damian Harris. That is just fucked up,
Damian Harris is just signed with the Buffalo Bills.
I've let you do it for this long now, and I've had enough.
Damian Harris
Don't be talking about Zeke and Damian Harris.
And guess what? They're talking about he's going to get the goal line touches for the Buffalo Bills. You're telling me if that Zeke signed with the Buffalo Bills, he would not have that same exact role. They're the same fucking player. They do the same exact thing, and Damian Harris did shit last year. Got half the carries that Zeke did, and he scored 3 touchdowns versus Zeke's 12. I'm telling you, Zeke does not have the...
That's a big difference, though, right?
Yes, but Zeke had double the carries. And Ramondre had more goal line carries than Damian at the end of the year. Their roles were not equivalent. I'm telling you. Damian Harris and Zeke.
I don't know.
Same.
We'll see.
Same, but different.
Stevenson's the RB1.
Without a doubt.
He is going to be the bell cow of that team.
He's a top 10 running back this year in fantasy. Without a doubt. He was last year.
But Zeke is going to get his. I promise.
Nah, dog.
I promise.
Let's see. Ramondre was number 7 last year in running back fantasies, and he only started 7 games.
Shame they got Zeke.
Bullshit. We're gonna wrap it up now. We'll be done with it.
Let's wrap her up, brother.
That was a pretty good conversation.
It was. You were wrong on both of them, but
no. It made me sad when I looked at Zeke's stats and I was like, oh, he ran for 1,000 yards in 10 games.
Yeah, he's a fucking dog. You talk about a dude who's a borderline Hall of Famer, comparing him to a fucking who'd you keep saying?
You say
Harris?
Borderline Hall of Famer?
Yes. You don't think Zeke's a borderline Hall of Famer?
Shut the fuck up. Borderline Hall of Famer? Didn't even win Rookie of the Year. He was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, because Big Dog won it. What do you mean? That's not fair. How is Zeke supposed to win it when Dak's a rookie in the same year?
He's been a Pro Bowler 3 times. Being a Pro Bowler 3 times gets you in the fucking Hall of Fame?
Borderline.
I don't care that he has 68 touchdowns. That's good for only playing, 7 years, obviously.
But don't worry, man. This year, Zeke's not going to score any touchdowns.
He's not.
And Stevenson,
he's not.
Yeah, Stevenson's he's going to score them all. Yeah.
He's going to be he'll be borderline Hall of Fame for the rest of his career because he's never going to have a role in New England like Ramondre Stevenson.
You're probably right.
Stevenson will have to die. If Stevenson dies, Ezekiel Elliott will take over.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him then. And then I applaud him. I love Ezekiel Elliott from the bottom of my heart, as you can tell. St. Louis through and through. Should have went to Mizzou, you fuck. Maybe I would have liked you some more. What are you looking up?
None of your business, bitch.
You're looking at Ezekiel Elliott Hall of Fame, aren't you?
No, I'm just looking at things. Whoa, this list is not long enough. Holy shit.
Okay, Chandler. So this is Pro Football Reference's Hall of Fame monitor. So this number, the average for Hall of Fame running backs is 106.95 is what this number is. If you had to guess, what do you think Zeke's is? If the average Hall of Famer is 106.95.
106.95.
That's what you think it is?
Uh-huh.
It's 36.33.
What is this scale measured off of? What the fuck is measured on that?
Hall of Fame monitor. It indicates a player's chance of election to Pro Football Hall of Fame for careers started after 1955. 100 is average Hall of Famer at the player's position. Walter Payton's 214. Okay, so we look at the average Hall of Fame running back is like 107, like I said. Let's see. Darren Sproles, 63.5. Jerome Bettis, 75.9. Edgerrin James, 99. O.J. Simpson, 135.98. Brian Westbrook, 37.73. All of these players I'm naming are better than Zeke Elliot. Le'Veon Bell, 37.6. Alvin Kamara, 37.3. Ricky Williams, 39.97. Matt Forte. Steven Jackson. You know how many of those players are in the Hall of Fame?
All of them.
No. Only a couple.
Should be all of them.
Zeke Elliot's not a Hall of Famer. It's really not close.
He's still playing, bro. Zeke is 43rd all time
in touchdowns
and rushing. He's right behind Derrick Henry.
So do you know who has 67 touchdowns versus who has 68 touchdowns in their career? Both running backs started their career as mid-2010s.
Chris Johnson. What?
So Todd Gurley, 67 touchdowns, Chandler.
Yeah.
Do you think Todd Gurley is a Hall of Famer?
No.
Okay, Zeke has one more touchdown than him.
Yeah, but he's still playing football, so it's going to be more than one. And he's going to have more... Oh, wait, no. Gurley was like 11th in rushing yards, wasn't he?
Gurley...
Or no, that was Steven Jackson I was looking at. He's 18th.
Gurley has 2,000 less rushing yards and one less touchdown.
I don't think it's ridiculous to say that Zeke Elliott is a borderline Hall of Famer. I will stand by that.
It's ridiculous.
But that really, got you fired up, I guess.
It did. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. That's all I'm going to think about. I'm going to think about how stupid my friend is.
Yeah.
That's crazy, Chan.
That's your prerogative, brother. But
you'd probably say
I think Zeke is going to get Hall of Fame votes, and I think he probably has a shot to get in.
If he comes in and wins a starting job after Ramondre dies and plays for the next 2 or 3 years and scores 10 touchdowns and rushes for 1,000 yards, then sure.
Could happen.
No. The average Hall of Fame running back has 11,000 career yards and 86 touchdowns.
11,000 career yards?
And 86 touchdowns. Rushing.
Well, he's over on touchdowns.
No, he's not. He has 68. 86 is the average touchdowns for Hall of Famers.
What the fuck is this? I'm looking at 103.
Total touchdowns you're looking at, Ben.
He got... Yeah, bro. I mean, he's going to finish his career borderline Hall of Famer. We'll see.
All right. Let's wrap this stupid show up with these dumb opinions.
All right, brother.
Oh, shit. Thanks for watching, fam. You made it to this point of the video. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share it. Episode 19. We're freshmen in college now. This podcast is. We're about to start looking for our careers. So we're open to any and all improvements you guys think we can make. But we're just going to keep chilling, talking football all off season. It's going to be very relaxed. We're, of course, no arguing. We're very peaceful people around here. We keep our cool. So just lots of cool football talk coming into you.
Hell yeah. Thank you all for watching, and feed Zeke.
Go fuck yourself. Peace.